little further to the right, Tom.
Is this okay?
Good. What do you think, Richard?
I like it there.
It's the first thing people will see when they come in. It sets the tone for the whole show. The next thing they'll see is this enlargement with the words Family Album USA.
I can't believe this is really happening.
You've earned it. Years of work went into these pictures.
I know, but it's still a dream come true.
Well, remember, we're not sure what the critics are going to write about your show yet. And you never know what the man from the New York Times is going to say about it.
Are you worried?
I always worry. The reviews of this show are important for the sales of your book.
Well, when did we see the reviews?
Soon. One of the critics is coming over this morning for a preview. I hope he's in a good mood.
So do I. Marilyn and I hope to use money from the sales of this book to buy a new house.
The book will be a success, and the show will help promote it.
Speaking of promoting the book, do I really have to autograph copies for the guests at the opening?
It's common practice.
I feel uncomfortable about it.
A lot of people come to openings just so they can get the autograph of somebody who may be famous someday.
Couldn't we wait until I'm famous?
That might be sooner than you think.
This one over here, Mr. Carlson?
A little further back, Tom. It's too close to the refreshments.
No, I think this one belongs in the People at Work section.
You may be right. Try it there, Tom.
Right.
Nervous about the opening tonight?
Nervous? Me? No. I'm scared to death.
How about guests? How many people will you be bringing?
Well, my family, I guess. My wife, Marilyn, my father and mother, my brother, Robbie, my sister and her husband and their daughter, and my grandfather. Is that too many?
No such thing as too many at an opening.
I hope they like it.
Your family or the public?
Everybody, but especially my family. They stood by me through all this.
I'm sure they'll like it.
Harvey, how are you?
Mitchell, so nice of you to come. Richard, this is Mitchell Johnson. Mitchell is one of the most important syndicated reviewers in the country.
Well, you're the young man who did all this.
I'm afraid so.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Johnson.
Mitchell has always encouraged new talent.
Well, do you mind if I look around and see what it says to me?
Be our guest.
What does that mean when he goes,
It probably means he's clearing his throat. I don't know.
I don't care what the critics say, Mr. Stewart. Your work is brilliant. Thank you, Tom.
Tom is studying photography at NYU. He's working with me during the summer months as an intern.
Oh, really? I'd like to see your work. It's not good enough to show. I'm still learning. Well, I'd still like to see your work. You may be the next Ansel Adams and not even know it. If you really mean it, I'll bring some of my pictures into the gallery. I do mean it.
Very interesting pictures, Mr. Stewart. You have a most unusual eye.
Well, thank you. I hope that's a compliment.
It is.
Are you going to be reviewing the show, Mitchell?
Oh, yes, it's definitely worth reviewing.
Favorably?
Now, you know I never answer that question, Harvey. I'd like an advance copy of the book, though, so I can study it.
I have an autographed one in my office. Tom, would you give Mr. Johnson the copy of Richard's book on my desk?
Just follow me, Mr. Johnson. Do you think he liked my photographs?
We'll know when tonight's papers come out. Keep your fingers crossed.